So let's take a moment and sit as if we were standing. Or if you'd like to stand as if you were sitting, that's fine as well. And before you enforce a little bit of structure and stillness, see if you can allow for a little bit of mobility and movement through the upper body. And grounding and spreading through the lower body. You can allow the shoulders to roll forward and glide back. You can find your breath if you'd like to coordinate the movement with the breath. If you are taking circles, you can go in the opposite direction just for a moment. And see if you can inhale and feel the pelvic floor, the pelvic diaphragm spread and expand as you breathe in. And breathing out, allow for there to be a slight tone to the navel and the perineum, the sort of hammock of muscles that connect the front and back of the pelvis. And then a little bit of side to side, exploring the relationship to the sits bones or the feet if you're standing. And then find a little bit of center here. And so today is May 1st. It's the Z flower day. It's the day that, we don't work. Luckily, I don't consider teaching work. Like if you told me tomorrow that you don't have to work another day in your life, absolutely nothing would change in terms of how I choose to spend my time being here, showing up for myself and my practice, and for you guys and girls, well, you girls today. So we've been discussing a little bit the theme of adversity and resilience, and how for resilience to arise, έτσι ψυχική ικανότητά μας να ανταπεξερχόμαστε και θα μου έρθει και η λέξη σωστή, έτσι, το bounce back που λέμε, resilience, η ικανότητά μας να επιβιώνουμε, να ανθίζουμε, απαιτεί εμπόδια, right? So resilience demands resistance and obstacles. So if we'll we have our theme today of blooming and blossoming and flowering and nourishing and growing. And even, or especially if it's during a time when you feel like there's none of that going on, like if you're feeling stagnant or as if you're buried 6 feet under and trying to claw your way out, right? That's the seed. That's the seed with its hard shell, and it's protected initially and it's curled up. And we can do this in our practice when we lie down on our backs and hug our knees. We do it in child's pose. And then there's a little bit of breath and a pause, and then maybe there's a little bit of expansion, right? So the seed has no choice. It will go towards the light one way or the other. And when it finds rocks in the soil on its way, it will sprout. It will move. It will develop and evolve in the different direction, right? So there's this little bit of a cliche, but there's so much behind the idea of the lotus flower in the South Asian countries in particular, and how the lotus needs the mud and draws from its roots deep in the darkness of the muck and the mud to go up and burst through the surface of the nourishment, the water, drawing the nourishment from the mud towards the sun, right? And so sometimes when we're deep down in the mud, it can feel like it's just darkness and there's no end in sight. But inexorably and inevitably, we are being drawn up. A lot of times we just don't know it. Right? So, and as I've said in the past, when our biggest fears are materialized, there's very little room left for fear or hesitation. Just kind of go for it. So for today, we're going to do a little bit of stay with this theme of blossoming and embodying that sense of coming up from our center, coming up from the earth. Even if we're not feeling it, it will still have a positive effect. So if you're feeling a bit contracted and a little stiff or tired, that's fine. And if you're feeling a little wired and a little all over the place, that's fine too, because the practice works in that way that it balances out the what's called in the text the dvandva, the pairs of opposites, hot, cold, light, hate, ground, sky, etc. So I'll just come into a Lotus Mudra, right? So the flower mudra. So you bring the heels of the hands together and the pinky fingers and the thumbs. And then you soften the fingers as if it were holding your favorite blossom. And if you like, you can take a moment and picture or feel or imagine that you were holding your favorite blossom. Mine's peonies. That's like pink purple. And then allow the wrist to rest right at the solar plexus where you feel like your rib cage joins. And then let's set the communal intention to allow this time to be a time to explore, to ground, and to sprout. Doesn't have to blossom. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, whisper, ha, let it go. And pause for a moment. Inhale down and wide into your contact with your seat, the earth, the floor. And exhale in and up, crown of the head floats up. And I'm noticing how my fingers are closing a little bit on their own. And I'm not over-efforting. Right? I'm allowing the bloom to be as it is and to be okay with that. And so if you're still a bud, that's cool, that's great. And the bud has all the potentiality and the inevitability of the blossoming. And so inhale, raise your blossom up and maybe look up. And exhale, release the arms, take a big circle, claim your space, palms stay up. And bringing in through your solar plexus, pinkies, thumbs, wrists, inhale, reach and rise. And exhale, float to seated. So inhale down and wide as you reach up. Exhale in and up as you release. So breathing in down into the pelvic floor and the legs. And breathe out, navel to spine to crown. And once again, inhale on your own. And pour the exhalation out. Last one. Good. And if you are seated, extend the legs. If you're standing, come through a forward fold. Take your knees down and we'll meet in child's pose. So we'll meet in this archetype of a pose of the seedling. So knees can be a little apart, big toes can come together. And then any variation you like, you can allow the tendrils of the arms to reach forward, maybe coming onto the fingertips. And become aware of the tailbone moving back as you inhale. And the spine lengthening ever so slightly as you exhale. If you feel like you could use a little more of a restorative or compact space, drape your arms back. Relax the head down. And see if you can allow the inhalation to blossom through the lower back, in the back body, and in the backs of the lungs. And then maybe exhale through the mouth, letting go. Whatever was required of you to be here now. And one more breath into the lower back, into the back of the heart. And exhaling to release the bones into the soil of the mat. Draw the navel to the spine as you exhale. And come up one vertebra at a time. Nice and easy. Take your fingertips behind you, shoulders back, shoulder blades draw in. And allow once again for a little bit of swaying side to side, like reeds on the summer breeze. Easing into the practice today. And then coming up to sit, interlace the fingers behind the back. Hug the front ribs in, draw the shoulders back, take a big breath in. Exhale, draw the heart and head forward. Keep drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale. Reach the arms forward and up. Inhale, come to stand with your knees, assuming they agree with this proposition. Exhale, hands to floor, seat to heels. Inhale to all fours. Exhale to child's pose. Inhale, stand on your knees, reach up. Exhale, hands down, seat back. Inhale to all fours. Once again, exhale, seat to heels. Inhale, rise up. Reach, look up. Exhale, hands down, child's pose. Inhale, come forward to all fours. Exhaling, round the back in your cat. A couple of times. If there are other explorations that you'd like to involve, allow for maybe a little rotational or lateral, side to side movement. And allow the breath to be that nourishing, grounding, expansive force. So both the connection, stability with the exhale, and the freedom and spaciousness with the inhale. Tuck the toes under, send the sits bones back, lengthen the spine, firm the arms, press the fingers into the mat, and press your seat back into fidget dog. So we'll allow the dog to move and sway, right? Keeping the arms firm, upper arms engaged, interested. Allow any movement that wants to manifest to do so. Maybe a little bit of bending through the elbows, especially for those of us with a lot of tension through the upper back and neck. Little crickety crackety through the feet. Good. And then inhale, seat to heels. Exhale, plank pose. Take a breath in your plank. Knees down, exhale, lower slowly. Shoulders back. Coming into Sphinx Pose, inhale. Exhale, drop the head for a moment. Let the head go. Chin to chest. Press the hands firmly into the mat and lift the shoulders and chest, even as you drop the head. Inhale, gaze forward, coming into Sphinx Cat. Exhale, round. Pull the belly in, press the pubic bone down. Inhale, gaze forward, extend. Exhale, flex, and engage. You can stay with this, just a light tone to the belly, or you can lift the hips on your next exhale for a little half forearm plank variation. Breathing in, slow down the descent, and breathe out. Take your time and press away, right? So again, we need the floor, we need the resistance, the adversity of the floor to connect to our strength. So before we can blossom, we need to connect to the strength. We need to connect to the earth and our core. Couple more. Last one, promise. I'm gonna stay up. Good, and then, can you reach your right arm forward? Yeah, really. Change your mind, take it down. Left arm. Or not. Can you lift your right knee up? Yeah, it's pretty awful, I know. Change your minds, change sides, lift the other leg, and we're out of there. Come on down. Cobra Waves, take your fingertips in line with the shoulders wider than your mat space. Roll the heads of the arm bones back, press the pubic bone down. Inhale, present the heart. So there's very little weight on the hands. My shoulder blades are drawing in. The pubic bone presses down and the legs are awake. Exhale, one rib at a time, slowly come down. Shoulders back, lift, head comes up last. Inhale. Exhale, belly, ribs, chest, then head. Inhale, shoulders, heart, belly, head. Exhale, wave it down. Connect to your breath. Two more. Kitty cat toenails on the mat. Kitty cat fingertips on the floor. Last one. Inhale, stay up for a moment. And then can you kitty cat, reach one arm up and forward. Yeah. And the other. And then lift a little higher, take a big breath in. Exhale, come on down, back to Sphinx Pose. One last, for now, time. Seat back, hover the belly. And you sway your head side to side. So yes, everything's working a little like mad, but then relax the head. Right? Make sure you're not, what we say in Greek, so let the tension be where it needs to be and not everywhere else. Slowly come down. Take the left forearm on the diagonal, bend the right knee. Good. A little bit of a yoga at home pinup moment. Hey, if you like, you can do a little, hey. And then reaching back, right? Activate the foot, activate the leg, press the foot into the hand and engage, pulling the heel back. So it's neither the arm is winning, nor the leg is winning. Just a little bit of both. Stay grounded through both frontal hip bones. So the pelvis presses evenly down. One more breath. And then keep it where it is. And then slowly extend. Tuck the toes under for a moment, lift the quadriceps, and then switch. Active left, right leg. Left arm goes back. Redistribute the weight through the pelvis. Press the left hip down. Activate the toes of the left foot. And once again, what's it like for the arm to engage a little more versus the leg versus sort of a balanced action. Now, if your lower back is feeling pinchy, it is early in practice. Activate the navel. Activate your glutes. The right leg. Press the floor away with the front hand. Draw the navel back. One more breath. Keep it where it is. And pause. Can you be a pin-up now? Can you lift the knee a bit? And then extend. Good. Slide your hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale to your cobra. Exhale, stay there. Elbows hug in. Pubic bone presses down. Throat is open. Take one more breath. Exhale to puppy. Ease your way back. Long spine here, so it's not a child's pose. Couple of breaths. Feel free to sway the head side to side a couple of times. Maybe an exhale through the mouth. And then we're going to walk the hands back and come to our toe breaker. We're not going to stay long. Okay? But take your hands back into Padma Mudra. So fingertips or rather the inner edges of the hands and the thumbs and the pinkies. And then inhale, reach the arms up. Get a little long, three-dimensionally. So not just to the front, but in all directions. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good, so it's not necessarily going to be graceful, but press your heels back, move the weight back. If you have knee stuff, please use your hands, take care of yourself. Right? And otherwise, we're going to exhale, whoop, and come up. And you know, you can do a little May dance if that doesn't work out, right? So all of you did that with more grace than I did. Yeah, that's good. Shake it out. A little shake, shimmy. Woo. Right. So moving towards the front of our space, interlace the fingers and extend the arms, hug the biceps in and the ribs down. Take a little side bending action here. One side and the other. Easing into our practice as we do every morning. A little bit of listening and respecting of the body's needs and wants. Bend the elbows, cactus the arms, and then release. Good. So heels sitting bone distance apart. And I'm just going to adjust the camera a teeny tiny bit. And see if we can get just 2 centimeters extra from this whole ordeal and affair of trying to film and teach. Whoa, and not break my furniture. All right, so here we go. Take your hands into Padma Mudra or PM for today. Right? Use the exhale to press firmly, feet, heels through the earth. And then gaze at your thumbs, gaze at your flower. Inhale, offer it up. Exhale through the midline, take it down to the earth, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, right foot back, lunge. Take your flower, inhale, reach and rise, tailbone drops, back knee can bend. Exhale, take it down, get strong, plank pose. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees down, slowly lower, shoulders back. Inhale, Lotus, shavasana. Exhale, hands down, toes down, Cobra. Inhale. Exhale, press back, puppy. You can stay here on your fingertips or press back to downward facing dog. And again, let it be your kind of wiggly dog. So you can take your heels to the right, almost as if you wanted to do a side plank. I'm going to take the heels to the left, pivot on the feet, and then come to center. Keep the hips closed. Take the right leg back and up. Inhale. Exhale, pull into your seat, press the floor away, pull the knee in, take a breath in, pause. Exhale, no momentum. Step the foot forward. I know, a little bit of momentum can be there. Take your flower, PM, inhale, reach and rise. Exhale to the heart, step forward. Utkatasana. Right, so we're ready. You can keep the PM in front of the heart or the solar plexus, whatever feels more connecting and nourishing. And then inhale, offer it up. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, extend the heart. Exhale, left foot back, lunge. Inhale, PM to the sky. Exhale, hands down, step back, plank. Inhale, in your plank. Exhale, knees down, slowly lower. Inhale, locust, shavasana. Exhale, toes down, palms down, cobra. Inhale. Exhale, puppy or downward facing dog. Couple of breaths. And if you're ready for a still dog, go for that. If you'd like to have a wriggly dog, we'll go for that. Beautiful. Keep the hips closed, drop the right heel, take the left leg up, inhale, so internally rotate it slightly. Exhale, step, no, don't step. Pull in, hug in, pull the knee in, take a breath here, press the floor away, inhale, exhale, silently step the foot forward. Inhale, reach and rise. So you're all unmuted, so I don't know. Exhale from the sky, PM to the heart. Step forward. PM Utkatasana, reach and rise, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extend. Exhale, right foot back, right knee down. Inhale, PM Anjaneyasana, reach and rise, tailbone heavy. Exhale, hands to the floor, plank or half plank. Right, so you can always substitute with the knees down. Inhale here, exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, locust. Exhale, palms down, up dog or cobra. Inhale. Exhale, down dog or puppy. Inhale, reach the right leg up. This time, open the hip. So you can let the foot come sort of parallel to the floor, and then you can bend the knee and just kind of get in there. A little bit of a holiday pose here. Take a breath in. Exhale, draw the knee in, pull up, step forward. Left knee down. Inhale, reach and rise. Look up. Exhale, hands down, foot forward, fold. Extra breath if you need it. Bend the knees, seat back, Utkatasana, inhale, reach. Exhale to stand. Last round. Drop your seat, reach your flower up. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, prepare, lengthen. Exhale, left foot back, left knee down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, plank or half plank. Inhale, stay there. Exhale, stay there. Stay there. Pivot on the feet, heels to the left, right arm up. Inhale, press through the bottom arm. Exhale, plank. Right hand down, heels to the right, toes to the left. Inhale, side plank. Exhale to center. Inhale, knees down. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, locust. Exhale, hands down, cobra or up dog. Inhale. Exhale, press back, puppy. You can come onto the fingertips or down dog. You can stay on the fingertips, just for fun. If it's not fun, I don't know what the point is. And then can you sway your tail side to side a little bit and alternate bending one and then the other knee quite deeply to get a little bit more length through the spine. And can you lengthen your neck? So lengthen the crown of the head towards your thumbs, allowing the upper arms to frame the ears. Beautiful. Better. And then inhale, take your left leg up, drop the right heel. And then exhale, let the knee bend, coming into a little bit of a kind of side bendish type situation. Stay firm through the right arm. One more breath. Exhale, pull the knee in, step forward, right knee down. Flower to the sky, inhale. Exhale, step forward. Utkatasana, take your flower up. Inhale, drop your seat. Exhale, come into ready pose. Feet parallel, palms forward. One hand to the solar plexus. This is the soil. This is our strength. This is our diaphragm. And one hand to the heart, center. And this is everything. So allow, instead of trying to slow your breath down, if it's sped up a bit, allow the breath to be as it is. And this is the soil to allow for whatever challenge reveals itself to be. Not necessarily, we don't have to be friends with it. So we have to see it. So allow a moment and allow the pulsation of the heart to remind you that you are here, you are doing fine, you're healthy, you're radiant, and so present. Maybe exhale through the mouth. Good. And then one more time, Utkatasana. Sits bones move back as if you wanted to sit on a sort of low cushion, ski, as we say. And then, this is getting a little annoying and tiring. You don't have to do it. The blossom is always in us. So you can sort of reach up and still have maybe a bigger flower, right? So inhale. Exhale, step the right foot back, come into your crescent, but a shorter crescent. So it's not like super wide like we do sometimes. Well, we don't, but in yoga. Tailbone drops. Right, so we need to get grounded so that we can take flight. Surprise, surprise. And then you can take your flower up. It can be a big flower or a smaller flower. It can be a bud. It can even be like Anjali Mudra, Namaste, a little bit of space for the flower. Reach up, inhale. Exhale to the solar plexus. Lean forward. Press and plant the left foot down. Keep the knee bent. Press the foot down and see if the right leg wants to come up a bit. And you can try this a few times. It's not do or die. And allow the presence of the hands at your solar plexus to be that secondary support. Now lengthen. Back foot can be pointed or flexed. Usually I like to flex it to sort of get strong, stay strong. But you can always point. Notice if you're sort of lagging and leaning into that standing leg hip, and press the foot down, pull the belly up. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale, pull the knee in. Gracefully come to stand, take the knee up. Good. A little bit of bend through the standing leg. So you can press the inner heel down, and then the crown of the head can float up a bit. Take a breath in. Exhale, floating tree. So once again, lengthen the right side waist so you're not overly hiking that right hip up. Floating tree, pull the heel in. Press the foot down. Yeah, so we're not pressing the foot into the thigh just yet. We're teasing. It's not time yet. The branches are still sprouting. And then, okay, take the foot wherever it goes on its own. Instead of yanking it beyond your natural range of movement, allow the foot to land where it may. Keep the standing leg a little bent, press it down. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, let your tree sway or blossom however you want. Mine suddenly wanted to be a little more gefato, a little more like seaweed. Right, so you can try and play with your shape. Yeah, and it can be like, oh, the tree suddenly expanded. Right? One more breath. And then press the heel forward and we let it go. One more time. I know, shake it out. Shimmy, shimmy. Utkatasana. Seat back, hollow out the groins. Stabilize through the arms. Inhale, reach your flower up. Press the right foot down, take the left foot back. And again, it's a shorter stance now that you know where we're kind of going with this. All right, so I'm not allowing the bum to stick out, nor am I completely stable. Right? Surprise, teacher isn't stable either. Right? It's a well-kept secret in the yoga world. Reaching up, inhale triumphantly. I wouldn't know, I'm not part of that. Where am I? Exhale, take the hands to the solar plexus or the heart if that feels more authentic to you. Lean forward, press the inner edge of the right foot down, big toe mound presses down, coming into your Virabhadrasana 3 variation, warrior 3 or airplane. And you know how we explore the open and closed hip? Here we want a closed in down dog, here we want a closed hip, so it's like internal rotation. One more breath here. Reach back and forward at the same time. Da-da-da-da. Oh yeah, with your hands, sure. I was just showing you the energetic lines, but yeah, I like it. Take a breath in and exhale. Bend both knees, take it up. Come back to center. You can take your hands to center. This is a really good practice. At least I find it really effective. I usually just do this because this is where I need a little bit more, what we call in Greek, thorakici, keprospisi. So a little bit more of, as you open into floating tree, protection and sort of like a shield, which, by the way, in some of the texts is one of the definitions of yoga, as a shield for a psycho-spiritual existence. And notice what your hands do. Mine closed, my butt closed in times of challenge, right? If my balance is challenged, there go the petals. They went right back to sleep. So now I'm going to take the heels of the hands together and allow them to crack open just a bit. I'm not going to force them open, right? Because then the petals will just fly everywhere. One more breath. Oh no, we got to blossom. We got to let it blossom. So let your tree do its thing. And you know, it might be here. This might be the extent of it. Maybe take it to the crown of your head. Press through the foot to get taller. Or you can explore. You can try one direction and then the other and see. One more breath now. Maybe a slow breath. My petals just went everywhere. And then let it go. Yeah! I know. A little bit of sass. Take your hips to the right for a moment. You can take your left ear to the left shoulder as well. And switch. One more breath. Good. Come to center, take a breath in. Ground through both feet. I'm going to step the right foot way back so it comes parallel to the back edge of the mat. You could align the front heel to the back arch or whatever suits you. All right, so as if you were going to do warrior two, holding two blossoms. Tailbone is heavy and anchored. Crown of the head floats up. As a matter of fact, I feel like you can take the heels of the hands, corona, right, like a crown, and press the skull into your hands. You could have also take your palms for a moment and press the back of the head up, the back of the top of the head. And then coming out, we're going to come into Parshvakonasana with a half or full bind. So inhale, reach the left arm up. Mind your shoulders. Left shoulder blade draws in towards the spine. Exhale, keep the arm strong. Weave it behind the back, or roll the shoulder back. If you'd like to take a full bind, you will. I'm not teaching advanced variations on video at this time, or ever, maybe. Crow the other day was enough. Right, so take a moment and allow the presence of the hand to inform the inhalation. Back of the throat is nice and long. Press your right elbow down, release the right ear down. Relax the mouth. Keep the left arm engaged, the right arm engaged, your top arm. Soften the eyes. And one more breath. Inhale, reach that top arm up. Exhale, look down, press the foot down, and that will ignite the rising up. Inhale. Straighten the legs. Exhale, tailbone to the left heel. And take a moment to find a little bit of that seaweed action. So, we know we're going somewhere. Probably going to do Trikonasana, right? Triangle pose. But we're in no rush. We can pause to breathe and feel and allow and see where the limitations are. And then for today, I would advise the hand to the shin. If you want to go lower, you can. Right? Spin the chest open, take a breath in. Exhale once again, keep the arm strong, internally rotate, thumb goes down, and take it behind the back. You can stay here, or if you're feeling grounded through the legs, extend the bottom arm. And we're still breathing. So right, that coming back to that connection to the core. We're saying again and again and again, I lose my center, I lose my balance. Where's my strength? Where are my anchors? One more breath. Maybe go a little lower. Press the heels down. Inhale, rise up. Reverse triangle. A little bit of a breath into the top lung. Good. Exhale, feet parallel. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands to the hips. Shoulders back. Shoulder blades in. Take a breath in. Show the heart to the sky. Exhale, bend the knees a lot, sits bones move back. Take your hands down. So nice long spine here. And then you can walk your hands forward as if it's an amalgam between puppy and Prasarita Padottanasana. Or you can do like a down dog. Or if you have any other favorite variations, you have a few breaths here. And see if you can invite and evoke a more fluid way of being in the shape, especially if your hamstrings are tight, if you're feeling contracted. Right, so water the seed. Right, so the body gets stiff to protect us. Right? So if you feel like you're stiff, and I hate that word actually, I don't use it. But if you do feel it, right? Can we take it to be that that's the shield, the Yaspida? And it's there for a reason. And it may not be there forever, but it's needed for now, so it's okay. One more exhale through the mouth. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine, bend the knees if they're straight. Exhale, take your hands to the legs, send your sits bones back, come up with a long spine. Inhale, reach the arms up. Lotus, PM to the heart. And from the heart to the sky, inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, second side towards a warrior. So you may need to adjust your feet so you feel that they're in a decent relationship with one another. You find a little bit of dancing with the tailbone, with the shoulders, you know, kefata. Gives me danyafete, right? Just a little shimmy shake. Beautiful. And then go ahead and take the other elbow, the right elbow for most of us, down. Left arm reaches up, super strong fingertips and arm. Move the shoulder back, let the armpit smile, inhale. And then exhale, weave the arm behind the back. If you'd like to take a full bind, use the full exhalation. You drop the right shoulder underneath the right side. And I'm quite happy where I am. Okay, take a breath in, press the right elbow down. Exhale, if you're not bound, release the head. Relax the mouth. You can allow a little bit of spontaneous movement to manifest there. Maybe an exhale through the mouth once again, if that's helpful. Good, and then look down, exhale. Press your feet into the soil of the earth, the mat. Reach the top arm up, inhale. Exhaling, press through the heels as if you could break your mat in half if you're using a mat. Come up, straight legs. Exhale, take a moment. Find a little bit of that softness once again, right? Especially like in the warriors and Trikonasana, we think we know where we're going. It's like, we want to make God laugh, make plans. Right? So take a moment, find a little bit more of that adaptability. And then when you're ready, use the exhale, tailbone to the back heel, reach. Reach, reach, reach. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then without fierceness or forcing, very sweetly, as if you were dealing with sprouts, right? They're very sensitive, fragile. And then you can allow the top arm once again to release behind the back. I love resting the back of the hand onto the sacrum here. Like this. I feel very supported and stable with the presence of the hand there. But you do you. Exhale, press the soles of the feet down, inner heels press down. Inhale, reach the top arm up. Exhale, press through the feet, come on up. Coming into our horse stance or goddess pose. Feet and tailbone drop. Maybe coming into PM one more time. Right? And see if you can align with a little more of the vertical axis. Pelvic floor to crown. And then, yeah, I didn't touch my pelvic floor. Your pelvic floor it's actually, it's not very elegant, it's down here. So, but pubic bone does the job, right? So pubic bone down, crown of the head up, throat is open, and then inhale, offer it up. And exhale, extend the legs, and swim to your standing pose. Come to the front of your space one more time. Pause. You can once again take one or both hands to the solar plexus. If it feels comfortable, just for a moment, you can close the eyes. And can there be a connection between the source of strength and life, diaphragm, and the heart? Anahata and Manipura, right? And can you inhale three-dimensionally into the back body, into the side body? And exhale, regroup and ground. I'm going to take one balancing pose, actually two balancing poses. One's going to be on the floor, and then we'll wind down. So from this place of connection, hopefully, a little bit of awareness, not connection, to these 2 points, step the right foot back into as if you were going to do a shorter triangle. Right, Trikonasana. Bend the front knee. And, I'd like to have the hands sort of close to the center. So if you want to do PM, if you want to do something else, Namaste is fine. Keep some space for the bud of the heart. And so the hips are open now, right? So your shoulders and hips are facing to the same wall. Look down towards the bottom toe. This will help. And see if maybe you can spring off the back foot a bit. And you don't need momentum here, right? Don't know much about science, but, well, I kind of do these days. But if you propel yourself forward with force and momentum, you'll go back with just as much momentum. So beautiful, everyone. Now, can you spin your navel and your solar plexus up towards the sky and expand? And then you can let your blossom bloom. Right, so I'm not collapsing into the front hip. Right, that's not fantastic for the hip. But I'm pressing the foot down to open up. And then can there be some freedom through the upper body, even though the lower body is geometric and structured? I'm going to take one more breath in, extending through all limbs. Yeah, and then slowly come up, or come up and you pretend you meant to do it. Pause. Hands to the center. Inhale, reach and rise, tailbone drops. Exhale, float the arms wide. Lengthen spine. From the strength of the stem of the legs, inhale, reach up, tailbone drops. Exhale, hands together through the central axis. Take one breath here. Good, easy side. Right foot stays forward. Left foot, little step back, right? One step forward, one step back. Beautiful. And we can find a little bit of playfulness. So, we're not launching, we're not doing a NASA launch. We're just playing with our bodies and our breaths and beingness. So bend the front knee and, you can try a couple of attempts. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And if you're feeling ungrounded, unsteady, unstable, hands to the hips can help initially. This is the sort of the center, all of this. But then it can come up and this can be the center. So you can take a moment and use the presence of the hands to reconnect. And then allow the arms to spill out. And here, instead of fighting to stay balanced, how does it feel to sort of drop forward a bit? Right? To lean back and fall out of it for a second. And then coming back slowly, learning that leaning back wasn't very good for balance. It was good to learn not to lean back, but maybe a little bit of dance can be there. And then come out of it as if you meant to do it. Shake it out. We'll take about 10 seconds of free movement here. You can make some sound if you like. Excuse me. And last time. Drop seat. Reach arms. Inhale, big flower. Exhale, take it to the ground. Inhale, prepare, look forward. Take your palms down. Exhale, plank pose. Knees can be down initially, or they can stay down. We're going to take a side plank, left hand down. So if you're keeping the left knee down, you're going to extend the right foot like a warrior two. So the right foot is parallel to the back edge of your space. And let's all start here, actually. Pressing the left hand down, reaching the right arm up. Now press your right foot down. Can you lift the left knee off the floor? Just a tiny bit, not for reals. That's for fun. Can you straighten it forward without dropping back too much? Good, and then you can take the knee back down if that was a really ridiculous idea, or take the foot behind its friend, coming onto a side plank variation. Good. And then you can take your hand behind the skull, press the skull back, take the navel up, and then re-extend it. Just a little bit of extension through the upper back. One more breath, and we're out of there. Pretend it never happened. Sit back for a moment. Give your left wrist a little love. There was a lot on the left wrist. I don't have to tell you that. Nobody tell me it wasn't. I don't believe you. So a few squeezes up and down, forearm, especially through the carpal tunnel a little bit, and then a little shake, shake, shake. And then here we go, right knee down, right hand down, left foot parallel to the back edge of the mat. And then, I love to imagine or feel a long line, not just from tailbone to crown, but from the back heel to the crown. You could even take your hand to the crown of the head and press a little bit. Notice how that maybe gives you a little more space. Yeah, Valentin, like this. Woo, press. Good. And then you can keep the hand at your hip if that helps you be a little more stable. And this is our floating tree with a little added oomph. Or you can press the left foot down and lift the right knee up just a bit. Notice my wrist is forward of my shoulders. I've said this many times, but I'm just saying, maybe extend off the floor. Good. Maybe place behind its sister or brother, or take the knee back down. And once again, you can press the head back a little bit, open up the throat, see your ceiling, full stretch, one more breath. And exhale, slow down the descent. Come on down and lie on your bellies. Oh. So once again, if you're assuming your breath is a little bit sped up, let it be speedy. But allow the exhale to invoke a sense of softening and yielding to gravity. Maybe a long, slow exhalation through the mouth at some point. Good. Once again, can you return to the sense and sensation of the inhalation into the lower back? And exhaling, allow the tailbone to grow roots towards the center of the earth. And again, feel your heart beating. Maybe it's there, it's always there. Can you soften around the space of the heart? Just a bit. And smooth things out a little. And if you like, you can consider, what does it mean for you to bloom? What does it mean for you to bloom? In your practice, in your life. And usually you might find that there's not a big divide between those two. Maybe exhale through the mouth. And when you're ready, inhale, slide your palms underneath the shoulders. And then exhale, Press back and up. And we'll come into puppy pose. So coming onto the fingertips, finding that anterior tilt of the pelvis, so prosteclisis lecanis, sits bones back, crown of the head towards the thumbs. Or if it feels good, you can drop your forehead, unless you have shoulder stuff going on, which I know a couple of you do, in which case we definitely want to keep the arms strong, like in down dog, wrapping triceps in, biceps out, keeping the arms strong and the face soft. Maybe a little side-to-side movement through the chin. And once again, pour the inhalation into the garden of the lower back. And exhale, allow things to release and relax down. Slowly walk your hands back. We'll take a seat. So we're going to end with just a couple of minutes seated. If you would prefer to lie down, do so now. I'll give variations for supine. But we'll take a spinal twist. Yeah, so let me reveal the spinal twist, right? So the knee, if the right knee's a little sensitive, keep the right leg extended. Take your left foot to the outside. If you're lying down, you can do the same. And just draw the knees in towards your chest. Right? So press your seat down, float the crown of the head up. Roll the shoulders back, shoulders. Let the collarbones smile. Right hand or elbow can come outside the leg. I tend to like to keep the arm strong and spacious here. Left fingertips behind you. If you're seated, if you're lying down, drop the knees to the left if you have the right knee on top. I'll show that in a moment. And then very lackadaisically almost, turn back. Now there is the tendency here for many of us to want to lean way back. And there's a time and a place for that, but that's not today. So maybe nudge the left fingertips, the left hand, a little closer to your sacrum. And using the arms, pressing, so the left hand presses down, the right hand presses in, maybe lengthen the spine a little bit more. Inhale, down and wide into the pelvic floor. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder, so towards your technology. Relax the mouth, couple of breaths. Allow the eyes to sink and release back. And then very lazily unwind. Do a little counter twist, staying nice and tall through the spine. Inhale. And exhale, come through center. Peaches is making a very special appearance, so you have to appreciate. She's won the internet. She's got like 70 likes. She's the queen of social. She doesn't post a lot though. Right foot outside the knee. See, she's like, okay, I'm gonna leave them wanting more. And then use the exhale, right? So once again, the elbow can come on the outside. Relax the arm though, press. And the hand. And then the back hand, the right hand, comes close to the sacrum. And then very lazily turn to look behind the right shoulder. And then notice if you're gripping or tensing through the eyes or the mouth, with the toes. And let that go. And draw the inhalation down into pelvic floor. And then as you exhale, allow the left ear to come towards the left shoulder. And you can play with the angle of the head a little bit. And then stay in one variation, one option that feels productive for today. A couple of breaths in the pose. Maybe an exhale through the mouth. Inhaling down and wide. Exhaling in and up slightly. And very lazily unwind, inhale. Exhale, a little bit of a counter twist in the opposite direction. Coming through center. Inhale, arms reach up. Nice and wide across the sit bones. Exhale, flower to the heart. And from the heart, offer up to the sky. Inhale. And exhale, like rain, the arms float down. And one more time, inhale, gather up your intention, what it means to bloom. For me, it means to be more fearless. And exhale, bring it to your heart. And pause. And again, it can be a closed bud. It doesn't have to be like super open. Take a breath, honor wherever it is today. And if you like, you can take your thumbs to the forehead. And planting that seed of the infinite potentiality, as Deepak Chopra says. And I usually roll my eyes at that. But this one is so true. Last time, inhale, reach and rise. And exhale, float the arms, get tall. And then inhale as if to hug someone. Make sure you have space behind you. And so you can walk your tush forward or bum for your Brits or Irish people. Inhale, thumbs move back. Exhale, offer forward something you don't need, like let it go. Pull the belly in, round the back, make it really ugly. You can make an ugly face if you like to. Take your sacrum towards the floor. Option, lift the heels up into the air, one breath. Make an ugly face. And drop it. Take a moment, stretch the arms and the legs up overhead in opposite directions. Inhale, pause, holding the breath in, and exhale, let it go. And if you like that one more time, you can also make fists and squeeze and lift everything up one more time, and drop it. And allow for a sense of contentment, if not satisfaction, to sort of eke its way in. Right? So you did it. You showed up for practice. So whatever stage your seedling is in, you did the work. So anything and everything you do from here on out is bonus. So take a moment to rest and replenish. And know that the fallow season is just as important as the exuberance of spring. And know that wherever you are, it's fine. And as we honor or face our own fears, as the Chinese proverb says, a dragon ceases to be so scary. But for now, bring your awareness to the points of contact with the floor, with your mat, with the earth. And allow the back body to yield and soften. And as the back body release and relax, perhaps the front body can become a little more spacious. Knowing that there is immense power in vulnerability, in rawness. There must be some softening for there to be healing. As you exhale, perhaps allow the front body to be cradled and held by the back body. Inhaling down and wide into the pelvis. And exhaling effortlessly in and up through the spinal column to the skull. As you rest and repose in the embrace of the mother. You take a moment to become radically intimate with the whole spectrum of your present moment. In the body, in the brain, in the heart. And perhaps somewhere in there, certainly somewhere in there, resides that true essence of being. Draw your awareness near there and take rest. If you feel like you would welcome more time resting in the shell of the earth, that draws nourishment for you, strongly encourage you to stay there for a bit. Switch me off, take rest. If you're ready to proceed to your day, gently reanimate the fingers and toes. Maybe offer yourself a yummy stretch. When you do come up, whether it's now or in a few moments, come up in a way that embodies the sense of sprouting or blossoming, emerging into the new day. Thank you very much for practicing and for showing up.